There we go. Doing a little spring cleaning, but not the dusting type. We're talking about the icky, gross things you can find in your kitchen. And here to tell us about it, Laurel Lyons is here. Hi.
Hi, John. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I'm fine, in case we're going to ask.
Good, yeah.
Anyways, the Manitoba Association of Home Economists, a part of the whole schwack of Home Economists.
Yes.
Happy Home Economist Day, which was yesterday.
Thank you. Yes, it was. Yeah. So, right. So, as a home economist, we want to make sure that we're providing practical information for you and your family to keep you safe.
And on your website, the online series that's just starting up, people can click on and get these tips. It's a webcast, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be posting a series of webcasts over the next few months. Once we're finished filming them and stuff like that.
But we're talking the kitchen today, those nasty areas.
Yes, we're talking kitchen. So there's a few, we like to call them hot spots.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about each of those hot spots. So number one hot spot being your kitchen sponges. And
I've heard that is like that's just a petri dish for germs.
Yeah, absolutely. You think about it, it's constantly wet, it's warm, it's full of food, it's an ideal breeding ground for bacteria, essentially. So we want to make sure we're not waiting until we've got stinky claws to wash them.
Go in your kitchen right now, folks. Pick up the cloth in your sink and just give it a whiff.
Yeah. So ideally, we want to be changing these almost every day.
Oh, okay.
Sponges, not as bad as the dishcloth, but the dishcloth, you want to change it every day. So the next,
give me those icky things.
Yeah, get them out of here. The next spot is your cutting boards. So, me personally, I use my cutting boards for a lot. I have 3 different sizes of cutting boards, and it helps me kind of distinguish what I use each cutting board for.
Good idea.
So, you can use different colors as well, but you want to have one cutting board for raw food, one for cooked food, and then one's for like fruits and vegetables.
Good plan, seriously, because I can't imagine using the same one for raw chicken and beef, and then cutting veggies on, no matter how much you clean it.
Exactly, yeah. So, ideally, you want to, throw your cutting boards through the dishwasher.
Okay.
But if you're like me, I use them so much, I just toss them in the sink, hot soapy water, and then maybe a spritz of a disinfectant.
Which we're going to get to in the next segment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll show you how to make your own homemade disinfectant.
Now, I don't know if you would know this, but I heard that wood cutting boards are more apt for germ growth than plastic, or is it all the same? Yeah,
they are. I mean, it's a bit more of a porous material, so they're going to absorb a bit more water, and making that ideal breeding ground for bacterial growth.
Okay, and clean the wooden one the same way you would, or just don't even get a wooden one?
Yeah, I use plastic.
So do I.
So, to each his own.
All right, now we're talking about, this is a big word for me, pathogens?
Pathogens?
That's another word for germs?
Yeah,
okay.
Essentially, anything like salmonella, E. coli, those are some of the common pathogens that can make you sick.
Okay. I see a big towel here. Is that a dish towel?
Yes, this is a tea towel.
Okay.
A lot of times, you're making food, you're washing your hands, you're drying your hands. You want to make sure you've got a couple different tea towels, one for drying your hands and then one for drying your dishes.
Very good point.
Again, you don't want to be using the same tea towel that you're using to dry your hands, to dry your dishes. There's a bit of cross-contamination concern.
So it's just basically, and common sense isn't exactly always that, but that's pretty much what it is. I mean, just keep on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Keep it clean. And
how often should you change out something like this?
Depends how much you use it.
Good point.
Once it starts getting a little gnarly, I would throw it away.
Is that a technical home economist word? Once it gets gnarly, toss it.
Rules to live by. So, I mean, no more than a couple days.
Okay.
So those are a couple areas. Another area that's really, a breeding ground would be your sink as well, because the drain's full of food. Again, it's a warm, moist environment, so you want to make sure that you're really cleaning the sink out real well.
All right, and you are going to come back, as you said, with some ways we can whip up a solution, maybe these germs.
Absolutely.
All right, if I were you, I wouldn't sit down on anything around here until we clean this. Anyways, we're going to take a break, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a few.
Thank you, John.
We'll see you in a few as well. There we go. Get that spot right there.